Your next question is question number 11. Here you have formula is given how to convert Fahrenheit into degrees Celsius. In your question you have given the formula to convert a temperature of x degree Fahrenheit to y degrees Celsius is given by y is equal to 5 by 9 x minus 32. Now you have to convert in your, according to the question, you have Fahrenheit is given to you, boiling point you have to convert into degrees Celsius according to the formula given in your question. Now if the boiling point of a water is 215 degree in Fahrenheit, then what is the boiling point of water in degrees Celsius? That you have to convert. So in your A part, your required equation you have given y is equal to 5 by 9 x minus 32. X means that is your Fahrenheit temperature and y is your degree Celsius temperature. So if you have given Fahrenheit temperature 215 degree F, that means your x value is given to you, you have to find the y value. In place of x you replace 215 minus 32 gives me 183, 3 3s are 9, 3 61s are 183, that is 305 by 3. When you divide, that gives you 101.66 degrees Celsius. Then when you go with the round off, that gives you 101.7 degrees Celsius. Next is the same part. The temperature in Delhi at a certain moment was 88 degree Fahrenheit. Express this temperature in degrees Celsius. Here also you convert Fahrenheit temperature into degree Celsius. So what you will do it here, so you consider whatever your x value, that is Fahrenheit is your x value. So place in the formula, in place of x is 88 minus 32 gives you 56. 5 into 56 gives me 280 divided by 9. When you divide 280 by 9, that gives you 31.11 degrees Celsius. Now in your 12th question, the daily wages of an employee is given by the expression rupees 40t. So that is the daily wages of the employee. If t is the number of working day, according to the condition, if t is the number of working day, you have to find the daily wages of the employee when t is equal to 10. So daily wages, your formula is rupees 40t. If t is equal to 10, then daily wages, in daily wages you replace t with 10, your required is 400 rupees. 400 rupees is the daily wage of the employee. Now your 13th question, you have to just convert the formula whatever required to you. You have given if root a plus l is equal to 2b is given to you, make a the subject of the formula. Subject of the formula means you have to extract the value of a. How you will extract the value of a in this formula? So you have to go with squaring both sides. Now you have to go with squaring both sides. When you go with squaring both sides, so this is a square root. You take the square here in the left side also and 2b whole square in the right side also. And if two terms are multiplied with each other with the bracket and common power is there, that means common power will be considered as whatever base is present in the bracket, it will be considered as power of each base. So 2 square is 4 and b square is considered as b square because b is my variable. Here also when square root changes to power, that becomes fraction power 1 by 2. 2 cancel with 2 gives me only 1. Square root will be cancelled. A plus l is left and 4b square is there. Now we need only a here on the left side. So l should be shifted on the right side. That changes to positive, changes to negative. My required answer is a is equal to 4b square minus l. Now next is y plus 6 is equal to x square by y. Here you have to extract the x value because your subject is x. Subject means which variable you have to find the value. So here first you go with the cross multiply. Y multiply y plus 6, x square should be keep as in the right side. So here we can also write x square. Y first multiply y gives me y square. Y into 6 give me 6y. Taking square root on both sides. Now if you take square root on both sides, that will be y square plus 6y. This square and square root cancel with each other because square root means 1 by 2 power 2. 2 is cancelled. No square root is there. So x is equal to root y square plus 6y is my required answer. Now your question number 14. Question number 14 is a man cycled for some time at 22 km per hour and return at 16 km per hour. So suppose man starting at position A and he has reached position B. From B he moved back to A. So only distance in both the cases, by moving A to B and B to A, your distance is same, but speed is different. When he was moving from A to B or cycled from A to B, his speed was 22 km per hour, and when he moved back to B to A, his speed was 16 km per hour. But total time, when whatever time taken A to B and B to E, total time is 5 into 1 by 3 hours. It means T1, one time is moving A to B, T1, and B to A time is considered as your T2. Speed 1 is A to B and speed 2 is from B to A, that is 16 km per hour. Here your question is given, if you add these two times, that is 5 into 1 by 3 is 16 by 3 hours. Okay, but you have to find the distance. One thing is common in this, distance is not changed. Whether he moving from A to B and B to A, there is no change in the distance, so that we consider A to B is distance 1 and B to A is distance 2, and according to the statement D1 is equal to D2. So if you have to apply the time formula, time is equal to distance divided by speed. Similarly, second time also distance divided by speed, and D2 is equal to D1. We can directly write D1 by speed 2. Then according to the statement, if you add the total time, that will be 5 into 1 by 3. So in place of T1 we place D1 by speed S1 is 22 and speed 2 is 16, D1 by 16 km per hour. So why we write a D1? Because D1 and D2 is same, distance is same, so we consider as D1. So when I take the LCM of this, 16 D1 plus 22 D1, 22 into 16, cross multiply, move on this side, and 38. 16 plus 22 gives me 38. When 16 into 22 into 16 divided by 3 into 38 give me 500, 632 by 114. After division, my answer is 49.4035 approximately. That is not exact value. So that means we take the round of value 49.4. So total distance will be distance from A to B and B to A, what is covered by the cycle. So that is 2 times D1. 2 into 49.404 gives me 98.8 kilometer, and I take the round of value 49.4. Then total distance covered by the cycle is 98.8 kilometer. Now your next question is your 15th question. Next is Vijay goes regular to Delhi. Vijay goes regular to Delhi, a distance of 50 km from Gurgaon on his way up to Delhi. He travels by metro train at an average of speed x km per hour. Write down expression in terms of x for the time taken in hours to travel from Gurgaon to Delhi. Vijay regularly travels to Delhi, from Gurgaon to Delhi, and distance is fixed because he is not going further. Suppose person move from home to your office place or your working place, so distance is same. So person, that is a daily traveling of the person. Similarly, Vijay goes daily by metro from Gurgaon to Delhi. So his speed is fixed because metro train's average speed is x km per hour and distance from home to his office is 50 km. You have to find the time. Time is equal to distance upon speed. You have speed is given x km per hour, distance is 50 km, distance upon speed is 50 by x hours. Next is your 16th question. You have different formula is there. You have to extract the formula whatever variable you have given for extraction. In your first, x upon y minus z is equal to a. X upon y minus z is equal to a means you have to extract the value of z from that. That is given in your question. So first I will cross multiply this y minus z. Now z shifted to this side changes to positive and x minus a shifted to this side. So that is my required value of z. Similarly, in your b part, you have to extract the value of c in this. B is equal to ac upon 4 minus c. First you cross multiply this 4 minus c, ac upon b. Now c shifted on this side, we take c common, a by b plus 1 because we have to extract the value of c. So when you take the LCM, a plus b by b, now cross multiply this, b multiply with the numerator and a plus b will the denominator, because here you go with the cross multiply here. So that is equal to C. Now your C part is 4b, a is equal to 5 minus x, 2 minus 3x. You have to extract the value of x from that. First you have to cross multiply 2 minus 3x with a. Now a 2 minus 3x is equal to 5 minus x. Now a multiply with both the terms. 2a minus 3ax is equal to 5 minus x. Now 5 shifted on this side, 2a minus 5 and x term shifted on this side. 3ax minus 1, take x common, 3a minus 1 is left, cross multiply, 2a minus 5 divided by 3a minus 5, only x should be left in the one side, which you have to find the value. Remember one thing, which variable you have to extract. You should keep only that variable on one side and other term shifted according to the rule one by one to the another side. Now your next 16th question, D part. Here also t is equal to 4x m minus 3 is given to you in the form of square root. You have to extract the value of m. First you have to remove the square root by taking squaring both sides. Here is square, here is root and 2. This root is cancelled with square because this root means that is a fractional power of 1 by 2. 2 is cancelled, only 1 is left. Now next is you have to shift like this, cross multiply m minus 3 and t square shifted on this side. Now this 3, because I need only m on one side, 3, this is minus 3, when shifted on other side that will be plus 3. My required answer is 4x by t square minus 3. Next is your E part. Here you have to extract the b value. T square is equal to 4 pi square L by AB. So I need only b, so I can directly cross multiply b. I do not cross multiply with the only one term. B should be shifted on here by cross multiply, t should be shifted downward. So that will be 4 pi square L by AT square. Next is I is equal to 2 by 5 mr square. Here you have to extract the variable value r according to your question. So here first you cross multiply this 5, cross multiply like 5 multiply by this and 2 multiply by down. 2m is in the numerator, so 2m move downward. 5i by 2m is equal to r square. Now you have to remove this square, so taking square root on both sides. So you have to write taking square root. Taking square root of both sides. So when you take the square root of here, this square is cancelled with this square root, because square root means this is a fractional power of 1 by 2. 2 is cancelled, r is left. My required answer is r is equal to 5i by 2m square. Now your 17th question is, you have equation is given E is equal to mgh plus half mv square. Here you first extract the value of m, and after extracting the value you have to calculate the value of m according to the variable value. Your E value is given 2000, g is equal to 10, h is equal to 12, v is equal to 20 in your question. First you have to extract the value of m. First you take m common, gh plus half v square is left, only m keep on the one side and another term shifted on the cross multiply with the other side, because any term multiply with them when move on the another side, that changes to division by that term. E divided by gh plus half v square. So that is my required formula. Now whatever value you have given, E value is 2000, g is 10, h is 12, v is 20 and v square is 20 multiplied by 2 times. Now 2 tens are 20 here, 10 into 12 120. So 2000 by 120 plus 200 gives me 320, and the denominator and numerator is 2000. Now here your 2000 divide by 32. Your HCF of 2032 is 8. So 8 fours are 32, and here here 1 0 is cancelled, only 2 0 is left, only 200 is left it here. Now 200 divided by 8 gives me 25, and 32 divided by 8 gives me 4. 8 fours are 32 and 25 8s are 200. So m is equal to 25 by 4 is my required answer. Now here 18th question. 18th question, you have to simplify the terms. You have 16 by 81 raised to power 3 by 4 is given to you. First you have to open 16. We will check because fractional power is 4. So first, before opening inside the terms, we will think out which term we multiply 4 times give me 16 and which term multiply by 4 times give me 81. So that is 2 and 3. When 2 multiply 4 times give me 16 and 3 multiply 4 times give me 81. So I write here this repeated term as 2 raised to power 3 raised to power 4. If base are different, power is same, we can write common power as fraction in the form of both bases 2 by 3. Now outside power is 3 by 4. Now power is multiplied with each other, 4 is cancelled, 2 by 3 raised to power 3 is left. Now you multiply 2 3 times 3 times give you 8 by 27. Next B part is 27 raised to power minus 2 by 3. So directly, because we are not solving right now with negative power, first we try to remove the fractional power, that is 3. So that means we have to think about this number, which term I multiply that term 3 times I get 27. So that is 3. When multiply 3 times I get 27 raised to power minus 2 by 3. First keep as it is. So this repeated term we write is 3 raised to power 3. So power will be multiplied with each other according to your expand rule. If inside bases power is there and outside also power is there, power should be multiplied with each other. 3 into minus 2 by 3, 3 is cancelled, 3 raised to power minus 2 is left. Now you have to solve the negative power, take it positive 1, that means your base should be changes to in the reciprocal form, numerator, denominator interchange with each other because we have to remove the negative sign from the power. So 3 minus 2 gives me 1 by 3 square, that is 1 by 9. Now minus 243 raised to power minus 3 by 5. So first I will think about to remove this fifth root, what is written in the fraction 5. So I think about the number which term I multiply 5 times give me minus 243, that is minus 3. When minus 3 multiplied by 5 times get me minus 243. So minus 3 raised to power 5. Now power is multiplied with each other, 5 is cancelled, only minus 3 is left. Now first you have to remove outer negative power into positive by interchange the place of the base or take the inverse of the base or reciprocal of the base. Minus 1 by 3 raised to power 3 for making the positive power. Now you multiply minus 1 by 3 times give you minus 1 by 27. Now your next is D part, 27 by 8 raised to power minus 2 by 3. So here also you think about that 27 by 8 minus 2 by 3. So before solving the negative power you think about to remove this 3. So which term inside both numerator and denominator, that we multiply 3 times give me 27 and 8, that is 3 multiply by 3 times give me 27 and 2 multiply 3 times give me 8, and power still you have to write negative power because first you have to solve the inside term. Now 3 cube and 2 cube minus 2 by 3. We write the common power 3 by 2, 3 according to the exponent rule. Now power is multiplied with outer power, 3 is cancelled, only minus 2 is left. After that you have to change negative power to positive power, that is 3 by 2 changes to 2 by 3 to make it negative 2 to positive 2. Now 2 multiplied by 2 times, 3 2 times give me 4 by 9. Now your ninth question, A part, that is 8x minus 2, y minus 5, 12x minus 4, y raised to power 3. What is your exponent law? Exponent law that if base is same in the numerator denominator, so power will be denominator base power is subtracted from numerator base power to make it a common power. If division is there, same base is there, different power is there, and denominator power is should subtracted from the numerator base power. So here 8 and 12 is our numerical part, keep it separate. Both is divisible by 4, 4 2s are 8 and 4 3s are 12. Now with x is minus 2 and denominator is minus 4. When minus 4 move upward, so that will be subtracted from minus 2 and x should be written as once time because base is same in numerator denominator, minus 2 minus minus 4, y minus 5 minus 3. Similarly y have to written like that, 2 by 3 x minus 2 plus 4 y raised to power minus 8. Now 2 by 3 x raised to power 2 y raised to power minus 8. Now your b part is p r cube s minus 5 p square r minus 3 s minus 2. Similarly, you have to do same thing here. P raised to power 1 minus 2 because 2 subtracted from the numerator power, minus 3 subtracted from numerator power of r, and minus 2 subtracted from numerator power of s. Like here p 1 minus 2, r 3 minus 3, s minus 5 minus 2. Negative become positive. Ultimately my answer is p minus 1 r 6 s minus 3 because minus 5 is greater than plus 2. Because negative term is greater than positive 2, because when you are going to subtract, you subtract opposite sign, but your answer will be in the which term accompany with the greater term, accompany with which sign. Here 5 is accompany with the negative sign, so after subtraction your answer will be in negative. Minus 5 plus 2 give you minus 3. Now your C part is there. 3p q square r square multiply by 9p square q cube r by p q r whole square. First you multiply numerical with numerical part. 3 into 9 gives you 27. p 1 plus 2, because if base are multiplied, base are not multiplied, only powers is added. Same base multiply with each other. You write the base once and add the powers. 1 plus 2 q, 2 plus 3 r, 2 plus 1. That gives me 3, 5 and 3. Now denominator is also p q r is there. So that power is subtracted from numerator power. 3 minus 2, q 5 minus 2 and r 3 minus 2. And my required answer is 27 p q and r. Next is your 20th question, A part. Here you have to extract the value of x. Minus 4 by 9, 2x minus 3 minus 4 by 9 raised to power 4. One is in left side, one is in right side. If single term in the left side, single term in the right side, base is same, so only we compare the power or equate the power. We ignore the base because base is same. So 2x minus 3 is equal to 4, 2x is equal to 3, shift to another side, 4 plus 3 is 7, then x is equal to 7 by 2. Now similarly your B part is 2 by 7 raised to power 5 into 4 by 49 raised to power minus 6, 2 by 7 raised to power 2x minus 1. Here there is no single term, here is only single term. First we make the left side as a single term, then if base is same we equate the powers. Here 4 upon 49, so we can change 4 into 2 into 2, 49 into 7 into 7, because we need the base as 2 by 7. So here 2 square, 7 square, common power is 2, multiply with the outer power. 2 into minus 6 give me minus 12. Now base is same, power is added. So 5 plus minus 2. So 5 plus minus 12. Actually this is plus sign between that and this is power. Actually this is 2 by 7, 5 plus minus 12, because if base is same, power is added. 5 minus 12, positive and negative multiply with each other with negative gives me negative. So we are not going to multiply here, we are add the power. So it is just look that. So proper way is 2 by 7, 5 plus in the bracket there is minus 12. So this is 5 plus minus 12. So that is the proper way of this. Okay, 5 plus minus 12. 5 when positive multiply with negative give me negative. So 2 by 7 raised to power minus 7, then 2 by 7 raised to power 2x minus 7. Now single term in left side and single term in the right side. So what you do, you just equate the powers. Minus 7 is equal to 2x minus 1 by ignoring the base. Minus 7 minus 1 shift on this side. Minus 7 plus 1 give me minus 6, 2x. Minus 6 divided by 2 give me minus 3. My required value of x is equal to minus 3. Now your last question is, you have to prove that a raised to power given is x plus y, x minus y, a y plus z, y minus z, a z plus x, z minus x. So first what you will do, you just multiply the brackets. Here x multiply with whole bracket give me x square minus xy, then plus y multiply with x minus y give me plus xy minus y square. Similarly y plus z, y minus z multiply give me y square minus yz plus yz minus z square minus xz plus xz and minus x square. Now here minus xy plus xy is cancelled, plus yz minus yz is cancelled, minus xz xz is cancelled. So what is left? E raised to power x square minus y square, e raised to power y square minus z square, and e raised to power z square minus x square. Now base is same, power is added. Now when you add the power, all term will be cancelled with each other, only 0 is left. Then any term has 0 power is equal to 1, that is equal to your right hand side. Thank you, have a nice day.